Pano shot. That's what I would like to talk to you about in this video. So for a Pano shot, what you need to do, you take multiple pictures of the same location, and you need to have an overlay of like 30%. Here I am at pier 14. Yeah, I named my collection after the pier. And I started from the I started in the middle, and then I went to the very left and had an overlay of 30% and took it to the way far right point. And in this video, I would like to show you on how I process those kind of photographs. Okay, now in total I have down here 7 photos. And I would like to start with the first one. I would like to start post-processing the first photograph, and I'm going to apply those settings to the rest one, so the remaining 6 ones. First thing I always do is I'm going to go down here and enable profile correction and remove chromatic aberrations. Now let me start from top and go all the way to the bottom. Let me skip exposure and contrast. Also, let's deal with the white balance later. Let's bring down the highlights a little bit, open up the shadows a little bit, bring in the whites, and now go down with the blacks. Now here, I don't really see what I do, therefore I'm going to click the alternate key, hit left, and go all the way down. So you see the air is turning black. See here? They turn black first. So if I'm going to go all the way down, we're going to have a pitch black situation here. Alright, double click, and the slider goes back to where it came from, to 0. Again, hit alternate, click, and take it all the way back. Here we go. Maybe I want to increase, in this scenario, whites slightly. Okay. Alright. Now, let me go back and do the contrast here. I would like to bring down the contrast slightly. That looks fine. Now I would like to deal with the exposure. It's slightly underexposed in my opinion. So let me bring that up to something like that. Cool. Now the white balance. By clicking to this list here, it's going to give you different kind of pre-settings, and I usually try to play with them and see what they do. That's kind of neat. Daylight, well, no. Cloudy. Oof. That's kind of neat too. I kind of like that. Nope. Nope. So it's either going to be this one or the auto one. Didn't see any difference between the autumn one and this one here. What you also can do, you can get that and slightly adjust it. I kind of like, because it was night, I kind of like the bluish sky, and also the lights here, they're supposed to be blue. Let me bring that over a little bit. Cool. This is, I like that. Okay, now we have the clarity and the vibrance. I do not touch saturation that often, but I'm going to start with clarity, bring that all the way to the right, and bring it all the way to the left, and see what it does. So to the left, it smooths the whole image, and here we have a strong sharpening, sharpened picture. I think that's too much. I would leave it somewhere here and bring that up here somewhere. Cool. I think that's pretty cool. Let me increase that slightly here. All right, cool. Let's go down here. I don't play with those sliders pretty often, but in this scenario, I would like to, because I think the whole photograph is a little too dark. So now let's get away a little bit the dark, so increase the value of the dark, so the photograph itself doesn't look too dark. This is all I want to do here. Don't want to do anything else. Now, this is the whole colors adjustment. As you know, I like this part here, the aqua, or the whole blue. I like it when it's aqua, it's not, you know, too blue. So I'm gonna bring that over slightly, something like that. Don't do it too much, because you see here, we have an aqua part, and here we have an aqua part too. So I gotta, you know, take care of this one later, yeah. Now, what bothers me is this red one here, the magenta, and the green one. Let's go down to the saturation part and desaturate red. All right, see what it does. I can do it the opposite way, and see it's gonna increase red. I don't like it because I think the eye is focusing right to this color. So let's desaturate it until I think it looks good. Something like that doesn't look too good. Let's do the same for the green, like up here. Gonna go down pretty much to -100. And let's do the same for the magenta here. Let me bring over magenta here. Not really looking too bad. All right. Cool. Now luminance, I would like to increase yellow. Excuse me, orange. Yellow slightly. Like that. Cool. Now, I shot this at ISO 100, 14 millimeters, f7.1, was 8 seconds. It seems like there's a little bit of noise in the photograph. Let me see here. Yes, here you can see the noise here. Let me go down here and do some noise reduction. Yeah, around 30. Now let's bring back up the sharpening. Ups. Let's do the system like a double click. Something like that. It's strong. Now what I kind of like is the way Adobe sharpens the houses, so the skyline. But what I don't like is how Adobe resharpened, redid the whole sky. Now, therefore, we have this masking slider. What we can do, we can move that around and see what kind of things we like. Or again, we're going to click the alternate key, left click, and go all the way up. And now whatever turns black is not affected by the sharpening. Okay, I like it that way. See, now we have all that sharpened, the whole skyline sharpened, but not really the sky, what I kind of like. All right, now I am done. Now I want to apply those settings for the other 6 photographs. So what I'm going to do, well, there's different kind of ways how you can do that. I'm going to show you one. And you can use the synchronize button. Where is the sync button? Yeah, if you have multiple images, you can auto sync or synchronize it. Or the way I do it, I'm going to go here, hit copy, and just make sure all the settings are enabled, or you can check them all and go for copying. Now select the first photograph here, shift, select the last one, so you see down here all the photographs are selected, and you go to paste. Now it's pasting the settings as of from the first photograph to all the other ones, as you can see. Now it did, everything, let me just fall back up here. So you can see all the settings are now the same for all the photographs. Now what I want to do, again, I'm going to select the first one, shift select the last one, hit right click and go to edit in, and we want to make a panorama, merge to panorama in Photoshop. Click this, and now what's it going to do? It's going to load all the photographs, and put them into Photoshop and create a panorama. And yeah, that's going to take a while. Here's the photo merge section. See, those are the files that we want to use. I want to do an auto Pano. Let's put that to auto, because I don't think Photoshop is supposed to do any math on this. So I'm simply going to click OK. Now it's going to go photo by photo and load it and merge it into Photoshop as a layer, basically. And this is going to take a while too. So there's like 7 photographs now combined into different layers and shown as one photograph. Adobe Photoshop actually blends the layers, because sometimes you have different kind of light conditions, and sometimes the image is brighter than the other one, and it overlays everything, so you don't see that there were like multiple images taken under different kind of conditions, and it does that all for you. So that is the final result we achieve here. Cool. I didn't know that here. See here, this is turned on and this is turned off. It bothers me a little bit. But that's the final photograph I want to work on. So as you can see here, Adobe created multiple layers with layer masks. I do not want to work with those. What I want to do, I'm going to select them all and hit Ctrl E to reduce those layers into one. All right. Now, first things first. I don't think that this looks any good. I don't want to, store the photograph like that. I'm going to go to my cropping tool, click it, select everything, and bring that over, bring that down, bring that over, and bring that up. Here we go. Now hit enter, and this is the photograph we have. Now again, what bothers me is this kind of light here is turn it on here and turn it off here. I didn't see that when I was over there. You could, I'm just saying, I never done that before, but what you could do is like get here, select that halfway, copy it, paste it, and now you have a layer which is half this layer, so basically the copy, and I could now hit transform, Control T for transformation, bring that over, hit enter, and now that's not what I wanted to do. I'm gonna create a copy of the layer, bring that to top. Copying is Control J, by the way. Bring that to top and start brushing. Bring in here, bring in all the light here. actually not too bad. Nobody would really recognize anything. But I've never done that before, so what I will do, I'll crop it. I'll crop that out because it wasn't there. So go here and see here. We can have our golden ratio, and we're gonna bring that up. This, maybe move that a little bit. Bring that in a little bit as well. Double click or enter, and that's our Pano. Now from here, it's the same, absolutely the same as I keep post-processing my photographs. So from here, what bothers me is the tower here to the right. It's too bright, so I'm going to bring that one down, and I'm going to desaturate the sky a little bit, and probably going to sharpen the skyline for a bit. But yeah, basically that's how you create a Pano. There's many ways in how you can do that. So there's a Pano in Photoshop. You can use a Pano in Adobe Lightroom. There's like many different kind of software components out there that create a Pano for you. Just try those. I just wanted to give you an option and show you on how I work and how I did the Pano for my final photograph. So yeah, enjoy, and let's see what's next.